Okay, hi everyone. This is Joan, founder of Openfort, and today we're going to talk about native wallet abstractions game edition. So I'm trying to focus more on the gaming-specific use cases and how these kind of like merge everything together. So to start, the three things that I would love for you to take home from this presentation is that account abstraction is already working. There's some trade-offs, like how expensive it might be, how complex it might be for the end developer, etc., but it's already working. Second point is that wallets must be fluid with gaming. I think we are too used to consumer wallets or other type of wallets to impose UX and UI designs on top of like applications. And with gaming, this obviously doesn't work, adds a lot of friction. And last but not least is that wallets are actually the key unlock for gaming because it basically accrues all the network effects for all the players. So to start, I'd like to make a short analogy with a psychologist, American psychologist called Abraham Maslow. He created this hierarchy of needs. I'd like to make a similar approach with our own wallet hierarchy of abstraction. I think a lot of people have been talking about abstraction, so kind of like what's next in the abstracted world. To start, I think like a little more like a year ago or so, we managed to start bringing like people on-chain using social logins, passkeys, and other type of like ways for people to abstract the whole seed phrase problem. Then we also abstracted the way that we interact with these chains, with these wallets directly, with things like session keys, where you have temporary permissions and scope permissions for the game or the application to interact with the smart contracts directly. Then we also wanted to abstract the gas fees. So why the hell do I need to send native tokens to those wallets that I just created to start interacting with the smart contracts? And last, and I think like everyone in this EthCC season have been hearing about intents, chain abstraction, etc. That's kind of like where everyone is trying to crack now, and like that's the last step towards a multi-chain world where I send a transaction from one chain to another chain, I can claim it in the other chain, etc., etc. But is it so? So once we got into this chain abstraction world, are we actually done? Are we actually in the promised land, the Ithaca? Well, I might argue that we're still not there. First, standards take time. I remember not long ago I did like this similar timeline with previous standards that when account abstraction, the 437 was still like the most new standard, and now in less than a year or so we've come across like a Cambrian of like new standards. So standards are an evolution process where, yes, it lowers the base economic layer for everyone to start from the same process, from the same line, but it also adds a lot of complexity for game developers to keep up with all this technology. And last, when the other issue that why I think we are still not there is because when you start thinking from a user journey perspective, the UX is still terrible. Like game developers, they have to adapt the way that they create games to a software that was not designed for them to create games on the first place. So in this presentation, I'd like to focus on the second point and like how we can actually start creating a revolution for these game developers to design games the way that they want it and the way that they want to delight the user experiences. This is sort of like the four categories that I managed to put like wallets today in the gaming space. So you have embedded wallets. These are people that usually take care of the authentication as well as the signer management. So they have some sort of like custodial